Good afternoon, sir. So shall we proceed?
Yes. Oh, I thought you were introducing me to the councils. Yes. Proceed.
Sorry, Your Lordship.
Hmm.
Good afternoon, Your Lordship. This is a public prosecutor in the matter of State versus Sarthak Sinha and another. Your Lordship, counsel seeks permission to proceed with the case.
What's your name, counsel?
Satyam, Your Lordship. Satyam Shivaj.
Okay, Satyam. Okay, Satyam.
Your Lordship, on the fateful day of 10th September, a son, a friend, moreover a good person, was brutally murdered. It all started from the night of 8th September when Nidhi Raj visited Prince Chaudhary's house, the deceased, in a drunken state, in a state in which she was not even able to stand properly, Your Lordship. Prince was with his neighbor, Aviral Gautam, who is a prosecution witness, Your Lordship, and has stated the same regarding Nidhi, Your Lordship, that she has arrived in drunken state and was not able to stand properly, Your Lordship. After Aviral Gautam left the house, Nidhi Raj asked for sexual favor from Prince Chaudhary, Your Lordship. Then Prince asked Nidhi to leave his house. On the next morning, that is on 9th September, approximately 8:55 a.m., Your Lordship, when Prince Chaudhary, along with his friend Shantanu Singh, was parking his scooty in parking lot, Nidhi came from a car and bumped her car into Prince's scooty, Your Lordship, which resulted in scooty getting dented, Your Lordship. After that, which leads to a quarrel between the three of them, which was been sorted out by a guard of parking, Your Lordship, and has been produced as a prosecution witness 3, Your Lordship. His name is Mr. Ajay, Your Lordship. The testimony of Aviral Gautam is on page number 84 of LCR, Your Lordship.
Okay.
In
So
which he
are you
stated that
reading counsel the 161 statement or the examination in chief?
the examination in chief, Your Lordship.
Correct. Okay, go ahead.
Moreover, the statement of parking guard, that is Mr. Ajay Singh, his testimony is on page number 77, Your Lordship, in which he stated that Nidhi Raj has bumped her car into Prince Chaudhary's scooty, which resulted in their quarrel on 9th morning, Your Lordship.
Mm-hmm.
Your Lordship, next day on 10th of September, when Prince and Shantanu were leaving their college around 6:30 p.m., Prince received a call, which was a threatening call from person. He aggressively stated that he will see the person on ATM of Oriental Bank of Commerce. That day only, he will be there in 5 minutes, Your Lordship. When both of the friends were returning home, they stopped by the ATM because Shantanu wanted to withdraw some money, Your Lordship. While Shantanu was inside the ATM, two masked men came from a car, that is white Maruti Suzuki SX4 numbered DL12CC2431. Two masked men came out of the car and started beating Prince Chaudhary, Your Lordship. When Shantanu Singh, his friend, saw that he came for his rescue, uh, one of the masked men, he was being held at a knife point, Your Lordship. Soon after, warning shot was shot from a double-barrel gun by the guard of ATM, Your Lordship, which resulted in both of the accused running back towards their car. In meanwhile, while they were running back to the car, one of the masked men took out his gun and shot Prince Chaudhary in the chest, Your Lordship, which resulted him being faint on the road, Your Lordship. The same testimony of the same has been provided on page number 77, Your Lordship.
Okay.
The name of the yes on the
Ajay
page
Singh.
number no sir, sorry. Ajay Singh has stated that the quarrel regarding the quarrel, moreover the
I got it. Go ahead. You are right. That guard is different. Yes.
Moreover, the testimony of Vinny Sharma, the guard of ATM, has also testified on the page number 80, Your Lordship.
Okay.
Which resulted in Prince being fainted on the road. Soon after, the friend of the deceased called ambulance, followed by calling police, Your Lordship. Soon after the ambulance came, they were being sent to the hospital where he was being declared brought dead, Your Lordship. The postmortem of the deceased has been produced on the page number 15, Lordship, of LCR.
Okay.
Moreover, when the incident has happened, both the accused ran towards a car and move away on a unconstructed road which was being leaded to the expressway, Your Lordship. And the same has been seen by a tea shop owner and has been testified regarding the same, Your Lordship, in the court.
Counsel, you just read the statement of tea shop owner only. Vinit Sharma was tea shop owner. He was not the guard who shot the barrel, it seems like.
Pardon, Your Lordship. The ATM guard is, Your Lordship, Vinay, one second, Lordship.
No,
Vinay
it's
Singh,
not
Your
Vinit
Lordship.
Sharma.
Vinay Singh, Your Lordship, and the testimony is on page number 72. The
So you
ATM card.
read a wrong testimony.
No, Your Lordship, I
Vinit
mistakenly.
Sharma is the tea stall owner or a worker.
Tea stall owner, Your Lordship.
Yes, go ahead now.
Much is right, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, on the 10th September, police has confiscated two bullet shells, used bullet shell, and a driving license of Sarthak Sinha. Moreover, an unidentified watch was being recovered the same, and the recovery memo is on page number 13, Your Lordship.
Page number 13.
Your Lordship, FSL report on page number 25 has confirmed that the Sarthak Sinha's driving license is true. Moreover, the unidentified watch was later on. Second FSL report was proved that the watch has containing the DNA of Sarthak Sinha, Your Lordship.
Counsel, just tell me this, that you will speak the facts and the evidence, or you will do only the facts and someone else will do the evidence. Accordingly, I'll put the questions.
Your Lordship, I will do the facts along with the evidence, Your Lordship.
You will do it. So then you answer one thing,
Yes, Your Lordship.
that you showed me this recovery memo. If you see the site plan, which is at page 11,
Yes, Your Lordship.
nothing is marked where what was lying. You say this was recovered from the site of incident, but in the site plan, nothing is marked. How do you justify that? And more importantly, there's no Caesar memo which I see there.
Yes, Your Lordship.
So you'll have to justify these two fallacies which is stark on it, okay? Caesar memo, and it is not marked on the site plan. I'm sure you must have noticed that part.
Indeed, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, Caesar memo was not being made by the police. Moreover, the site plan was made after. Site plan was made after Council 6. Pardon, Your Lordship, Council don't know about it.
You are not aware. Okay, go ahead.
Indeed, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, the information from the Regional Transport Office regarding the car number DL12CC2431, the same detail has been provided on the page number 34 that the car is registered on the name of Sufyan Firoz, son of Firoz Sabir, Your Lordship.
Page number 34. Can you show me that page?
Indeed.
Perfect. Now, Counsel, did you receive a hard copy of this or you received it on mail?
Hard copy, Your Lordship.
There's no signature there. Did you notice that?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Okay. So we don't have any explanation for this also, correct?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Go ahead. Yes, Satyam.
Yes, Your Lordship. If you can please move to page number 55, please. Can you scroll down, please? Scroll down to the next page, please. I'm going to the next page. 57, please. 58. Your
Okay.
Lordship, this is the FSL report which has stated that the pistol which has been taken from the accused house
Hmm.
contains the fingerprint of Sarthak Sinha. Your Lordship, moreover, can you scroll down a bit?
Hmm.
The pistol contain the T-shirt which has been recovered by the accused house, which it also contains the blood stain of the deceased, Your Lordship. Moreover, the knife which has been used to held Mr. Shantanu Singh has also the fingerprint of Sufyan Feroz. Moreover, the watch with unidentified watch which was being recovered from the crime scene has contained the DNA of Sarthak Sinha, Your Lordship.
So what you are trying to point from this evidence, how you are linking it from this evidence, counsel?
Your Lordship, that the gun which has been used by the accused is the same which has been provided in the next page on the ballistic report, Your Lordship.
Okay.
Uh, next page. Moreover, the knife also contains the fingerprint of the accused. Moreover, the accused T-shirt do have a blood stain of the deceased, Your Lordship. That the accused was present was uh, is the same who did the murder, Your Lordship.
Which item you are talking about that it contained the blood stain of the deceased?
T-shirt, Your Lordship.
Which item number, serial number? Point it out.
Can you scroll 2 pages up,
You are
please?
saying item number 3,
One second, Your Lordship.
T-shirt on which the blood is of the prince.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Counsel, just a question that how this blood mark came, because in your statements there's no evidence that the deceased was injured by knife.
Your Lordship, it was, I mean, gunshot, Your Lordship.
Yes, it is gunshot, and gunshot is from a distance of how much? 15 to 20 feet, correct?
Yes, Your Lordship.
So how this blood stain came there?
The must have been splattered.
You may find an answer in the postmortem report. Maybe there are other injuries, counsel. Look at it there.
Injured, Your Lordship.
Maybe there was other injury in the scuffle.
Postmortem is on page number 15. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
So maybe item number 2 will justify that, correct?
Injured, Your
Next
Lordship.
page. Go to next page, counsel. Can you see injury was caused due to beating?
Along with the gunshot wound, Your Lordship.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Lordship, moreover, I would like to cite case of Virsa Singh versus State of Punjab, in which a spear thrust was the spear was thrusted in the accused body, the victim's body, and the puncture wound through abdomen, Your Lordship. In the same, the court has granted the has punished the accused under Section 300 because of the bodily injury, Your Lordship, and has given the life imprisonment. I'm yes, sure.
Yes.
In the same case, in Lordship, the bodily injury to fall in the Section 300, Your Lordship, the bodily injury is present, Your Lordship. Moreover, the injury is purely objective under the objective investigation. The intention has also been properly proved, Your Lordship, and it was not unintentional, Your Lordship.
Tell me, counsel, that law is good, but two things which is agitating in my mind. We know
Yes,
in
sir.
criminal law we say actus reus and mens rea.
Indeed, Your Lordship.
Where is that present here?
Actus reus is there, Your Lordship, by the
I gave
by
you both
bailiff.
answer both. I purposely gave
Indeed,
you.
Your Lordship. Indeed, Your Lordship. The actus reus is there by firing a gun towards the victim, Your Lordship. Moreover, mens rea is there when Nidhi Raj 2 days before came to his house. She was asking sexual favor, which Mr. Prince denied. She was being angry or mad at him and asked her friend to threaten him to like beat him a bit, but they might have gone too far, Your Lordship.
Now, question comes to counsel here for you, Satyam.
Indeed, Your Lordship.
One, you have not made Nidhi an accused. You have kept her in column 12. Am I
She
right?
was later been suspected. She was being suspected, Your Lordship.
Suspect is one part. Accused is another. Convict is the third stage. She does not cross the suspect stage. So your mens rea theory completely fails there. Look, I understand they have made a difficult case for prosecution, so don't get disheartened. Try there. Okay, don't get disheartened. Try.
No, Your Lordship, but I'm just trying to overthink, like, how can I?
Yes.
Your Lordship, if she's in the final report, she's been marked as suspect. Moreover, the evidence has been proved against her the same by the witness that by a witness that is the neighbor of the victim that she has arrived at the house of the Prince Chaudhary, Your Lordship. So, just merely by knowing that that the charges was not framed against her initially, Your Lordship, cannot like it is just request from the honorable court to punish her regarding the same, Your Lordship.
Yes. Go ahead, counsel.
Moreover, Your Lordship, in the case of Jugan Shravan Patel versus State of Maharashtra, in paragraph 6, Your Lordship, the principle of joint liability was there. The liability of one person for an offense committed by another in the course of the criminal life perpetrated by several persons arises under Section 34, Your Lordship. If such criminal act is done in furtherance of the common intention of the person who can join in committing the crime.
That's good. That is perfect in law. But here, tell me whether it will be a case under 120B or 34 with the intent of murder.
Your Lordship, initially when the criminal conspiracy has been made, that is the agreement between two parties must have been Nidhi Raj with Sarthak Sinha and Sufyan Feroz must have agreed between that they should threaten or like give him punishment or for that for his act, your lordship. Initially, it could be fall under 120B, your lordship, because the act was illegal or it was not. So that is two main ingredient of 120B was there. That agreement was there between two parties. Moreover, the act was illegal in nature.
Counsel,
Yes, your lordship.
did you press for framing of charge under 34 or 120B?
120B was there, your lordship, not 34.
Can you show it to me where?
1 second.
This is the committal order. And remember, committal order, there is no 34 or 120B.
In the framing of charges, your lordship, 120B was requested. In the same has been written in the order, detailed argument heard, record pursued for the material available, prima facie under section 302 120B of IPC.
Where?
If you would please look.
Offense under section. Correct. So is made out against. So you mean to say Nidhi was sent for trial then, counsel? You told me she was not.
She was, your lordship.
This changes your case completely. You told me she was not.
Must have been error, your lordship. This is all, your lordship, if you have any other queries.
So at what stage Nidhi was made and accused? Are you aware of that?
On the your lordship, just when the framing of charges was there, Nidhi was being made accused.
No, it should not be like that. That at the stage of framing of charge. What are the three stages, counsel, where an suspect or person who is kept in column 12 can be made an accused? Can you tell me the stages?
Please pardon, your lordship.
Okay. Any other facts you have to emphasize, Satyam?
Indeed not, your lordship.
Okay. So one thing, Satyam, you'll have to answer is that what happened to the CDR? You have a CDR of the deceased, I understand, correct?
Yes, your lordship.
What happened to that? Can you explain that?
Your lordship, and that it was being so that the threatening call was being made to him repeatedly.
No, I understand, but I'm talking about facts. This is your assumption. I'm saying, did you establish that CDR in the evidence?
It was not exhibited, your lordship.
It was not exhibited. So crucial link goes away, counsel. One more question was there. that Vinay, the guard. Am I right in saying so? That ATM guard?
Yes, Lordship, Vinay Singh.
Vinay. What happened to his gun and the bullet what he shot there? Why it was not found at the site?
His bullet shell was found, Your Lordship.
Where it is? Can you show it to me? And his gun was not sent to ballistic, so you have to show me both. Counsel. First, you show me that bullet was found. Where it is?
Indeed, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Your Lordship, on page number 28 of the LCR. Can you register, please?
Bring yourself there.
Can you scroll down a bit?
This photograph you are showing. But when I looked at this photograph and I saw the SFL report with the Pulunda which you have sent to FSL, there's no mention of that double barrel bullet.
Indeed, Your Lordship. The same has not been sent to FSL, Your Lordship. The bullet shell of shotgun, Your Lordship, because the murder was being made from a pistol, Your Lordship.
No, that's fine. But that establishes the presence of the guard there.
Indeed, Your Lordship.
Because his gun must be a licensed gun.
He
Tell me one more
stated-
thing,
Yes,
Satyam.
Your Lordship.
Did you join the investigating officer in evidence?
Indeed, not, Your Lordship.
No.
No.
So what is the effect if investigating officer does not come in the witness box? What is the effect of that in law?
Pardon, Your
Have
Lordship.
you seen that?
Can you please repeat the question, sir?
If the investigating officer just does not enter the witness box and depose in the court with regard to the entire charge sheet, what is the effect in law? Is it a fatal defect or is it only a mere irregularity? What is the law?
As far as the law is concerned, the IU should be there, Your Lordship.
Which judgment are you citing in this? Is there any judgment which you would like to cite on that, counsel?
Indeed, not, Your Lordship. Counsel is not aware of the judgment.
No, it should not be per se fatal if you manage to establish the entire case, counsel.
Indeed, Your Lordship.
Now, question is, counsel, one more, because now Nidhi has come into picture. So mens rea also is there to some extent. How do you connect Nidhi with these two accused? What is the crucial evidence in your file with regard to that?
There's no such evidence which are strongly firmly connecting both, Your Lordship.
Okay. Satyam, do you get a chance of rebuttal after the defense completes the evidence argument?
It is up to you, Your Lordship.
Okay. So you complete yourself. I'll give you a chance of rebuttal. Let's see what defense has to say on everything.
Indeed, Your Lordship.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Your Honor, am I audible, Your Honor?
Yes, you are audible.
Your Honor, beyond reasonable doubt, it is a duty of prosecution to prove a guilt of an accused beyond all reasonable doubt. But Your Honor, here prosecution has failed to do so, as there are many lacunas in this case, and the whole case is implanted against my client, because Your Honor, there is no evidence against my client. Your Honor, if you may refer to the cross-examination of prosecution witness 1, who is Shantanu Singh, which is on page number 69.
Yes, come to page 69.
Your Honor, in his statement and his cross-examination, he didn't mention anywhere that those masked men were Sarthak Sinha and Sufyan Feroz.
Tell me one thing, counsel, here,
Yes,
that a
Your Honor.
person who is masked and is unknown, how can he identify them by name?
That's my point. That they were unknown, but then also, Your Honor, if you make a FIR, which is on page number 7, that
Yes.
FIR was
Come
against
to page
known
number
accused.
7.
And add, Your Honor, page number 7.7.
Okay, what do you want to show there, counsel?
Your Honor, I want to take your concern toward the point that prior any investigation was conducted, there was not any evidence that those masked men were Sarthak Sinha and Sufyan Feroz, but their name was implanted in this case at the prior stage of the proceeding.
Okay.
This clearly shows that their name in this case is just to implant. This case is just implanted against them since the beginning of the proceeding.
Okay. Go ahead,
Also,
complete
Your
your
Honor,
case, and I'll put my questions. First, let me hear your
Indeed, Your Honor.
statement of defense.
Indeed, Your Honor. Your Honor, also, if you may refer to the FSL report, which is on page number 58 of LCR.
Correct.
Your Honor, all the evidences which are mentioned in this report, which was sent to FSL, Your Honor, there is no seizure memo from whom they were seized, from how they were seized, and from where they seized. Your Honor, there is no information regarding that. Also, Your Honor, if you may refer to the first point, which is stating that the fingerprint on pistol were matched with Sarthak Sinha, and the second last point is stating that the fingerprint on knife is matched with Sufyan Feroz. But Your Honor, there is no evidence or any document in the FSL itself not showing that there were fingerprint even recovered from those weapons. Also, Your Honor, there is no evidence or document showing that fingerprint were taken from the accused. Then how come these fingerprint were being matched? These lacunas shows that this whole case is implanted against the accused. Also, Your Honor, if you may refer to the last point, which is stating that the watch provided earlier also shows DNA of Sarthak Sinha. Your Honor, it is impossible to match a DNA of a non-living thing with a human being. Your Honor, it is only possible if any human particle is recovered from DNA. And for that, Your Honor, FSL is not mentioning anywhere that any kind of human particle was recovered, Your Honor. Your Honor, these lacunas shows that these documents are forged and made under the influence of someone. Also, Your Honor, the statement of PW2, who is Vinay Singh, who is guard of ATM, which is on page number 72, Your Honor. Your Honor, in his statement, he clearly stated that he fired a gun, but Your Honor, he mentioned that he fired the gun, but Your Honor, I would like to take your concern towards the point that there might be chances that the bullet fired by the gun is the bullet which hit the deceased, because Your Honor, no bullet or no other bullet or bullet shell or bullet was recovered from the crime scene, which can be a crucial part of this investigation. Also,
If you,
Your Honor,
counsel, just hold here.
yes,
When
Your Honor.
you are creating such an alibi, did you put this question in cross-examination to Vinay Sharma?
No, Your Honor. The defense counsel filed 315 application, but Your Honor, that was denied due to some errors.
No, I'm not asking 315 counsel. I'm saying, did you put this question in cross-examination to Vinay Singh, the guard, that it is your bullet which killed Prince?
No,
Did you
Your
put
Honor.
this question?
No, Your Honor.
Then can you raise this defense now?
No, Your Honor. I would just like to take your concern towards this point. As
No, let's limit ourselves to facts, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would like to take your concern toward the page number 61.
Correct. Go ahead.
Which is in the last paragraph, it is clearly mentioning that during the investigation, the fingerprint found on the pistol recovered from accused house, it was clearly concluded that fingerprints of pistol perfectly matches with the fingerprint of Mr. Sufyan Firoz. But Your Honor, earlier on page number 58 of this report only, the report was stating that the fingerprint matched with Sarthak Sinha. But now in conclusion, it is mentioning that the fingerprint matched with Sufyan Firoz. Also, Your Honor, the expert is stating that the weapon is recovered from accused house. Your Honor, it cannot be possible that accused can allege that this fact, as there is no Caesar memo for the same, that from whom these weapons were recovered. Your Honor, these lacuna shows that this document is forged and made under the influence of someone. And these all the evidences are planted against my client.
The FSL person that this document was forged and made at the instance of.
Your Honor, Your Honor, the prosecution witness for this FSL who came at the evidence at the stage, he clearly denied that he didn't examine all these examinations, and the person who examined these all the evidences was not called from the side of prosecution at that stage.
What is the law that the person who has prepared the report only signed the report only has to come in the witness box, or anyone else also can come to the witness box who is aware of the entire matter and is also testimony to the fact that the report was signed in his presence? What is the law in this council?
Your Honor, at the evidence prosecution evidence stage, when asked to the prosecution witness, Mr. Rajat Jain, he clearly denied that he didn't prepare those documents.
Correct. I may not prepare it. Assume that I and you are a part of a team. You prepare the document, but I am monitoring everything. Then what is the effect? Can I depose or not? I asked you that. What is the law on that?
Your Honor, only the. Apologize, Your Honor. I remember that point that right now.
You didn't hear the point. Your voice also went in between. I'm saying, what is the law, counsel? I'm sure there will be some judgment which will enlighten us. Did you manage to see some law on that?
Apologize, Your Honor. The council don't have any judgment regarding that right now.
Okay.
Your Honor, the council would like to take your attention towards page number 53, which is a document showing to be a license of Suez.
Yes, go ahead with the license, counsel. Show it to me if there's anything what you want to point out there.
Yeah. According to ARM Rule 1962, Rule clearly states that legal age to obtain a licensed weapon is after completion of 1 year. But Your Honor, according to this document, this license was issued on January 16, and according to this, age of accused must be 18 years. And can't be possible that license accused.
Just hold on. There's a issue with the internet, it seems. I don't know from your end or from my end. Hold on.
So it is from the council's end.
Right now. audible right now?
Thank you. Thank you, Juju. Yes, go ahead, Counsel. Counsel.
Your Honor, according to this license document, it was issued January 2016. At that time, the age of must be 18 or 19 years. Possible to obtain this license. Your Honor, my point is your concern towards that. This is a forged document which is made or planted against my client because it is impossible to obtain that license at the age.
Counsel, did you do anything further to that? It's a government document. There's a presumption of genuineness. So, did you take any further step in this regard?
No, Your Honor, the council didn't take any step regarding this.
Okay. Go ahead, Nutan. You are Nutan, correct? Shakya. Yes, Nutan
Your Honor.
Shakya.
Your Honor, the council also would like to take your attention to page number 30, which is called record of Prince. Your Honor, the call records, please scroll it down. The call records nowhere show any connection with the accused. Also, my learned prosecution is alleging that there were threatened calls, but Your Honor, there is no transcript of transcript of any communication which is attached with the charge. So my point is to clear that no connection regarding that to my accused.
Counsel, just hold on here. We can see many, just hold on to this page number 31. There are many incoming and outgoing calls here on Prince Mobile, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was the question put to the accused under 313 stage, section 313 of the CRPC stage, that whose phone number are this, like ending with 654? There are many numbers which all number ends with 654 here, it seems. Whose number is this? Was any question put to the accused at 313
Indeed
stage?
not, Your Honor.
Have you examined
No,
this
Your Honor.
part, or you have not?
No, no question was put.
No question was put. We are very certain of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, attention towards the PCR, which is on page number 25, Your Honor. Your Honor, please scroll it down to the next document.
Yes.
Your Honor, according to this document called records, police came to know about the incident at 6:54. But Your Honor, according to FIR, which is on page number 7, FIR was lodged around 6. Your Honor, how come it can be possible FIR was lodged to the information received by the police station
No, I'm not getting your point, counsel. The incident is around 6:45. Can you just explain this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, please explain that.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. According to PCR, police to know about the incident for 6:54 when informed to the police station.
The voice is going somewhere. Voice is playing. I can't hear.
Your Honor, am I audible now?
Now you're audible, counsel.
Your Honor, according to PCR, the information received by police was at 6:54.
Correct.
But your honor, the FIR was lodged or information received to the police station mentioned in FIR is around 651. This
Correct.
shows that the FIR was lodged before when the information received police station. Your honor,
No,
these
the
lacunas
FIR
shows
is, if
that
you see, no, counsel, the FIR is at 8:30. You see the next entry there, just below that. Do you see the next entry? General diary entry, 8:30. FIR is not antedated. Or,
Your honor, on this part.
yes.
Your honor, the whole document, the council like to conclude that there is no, in the whole sheet, no, it is nowhere evident that the first men were Satna and Sufyan. Further, your honor, in this present case, the most important witness in the investigation officer and medical expert were not by the prosecution or the examination. Also,
So what
your
is the
honor,
law?
who
Counsel, I
Kamal
asked
Patel.
this, no, Nutan, I asked this question. That is non-examination
Yes, Your Honor.
of the investigating officer fatal? Can you show me some judgment on
Yes, Your
that?
Honor. Indeed, Your Honor. Your Honor, in Lahu Kamalkar Patil versus State of Maharashtra, Honorable Supreme Court, when there are contradictions in the evidence, examination of investigation officer becomes vital for the case.
Yes.
Your Honor, therefore,
And
the
just tell me,
sheet,
show me
it
5
was,
points,
there was,
counsel, show me 5 points which you would have liked to put to this IO. You are saying if there's a contradiction, then the examination of the IO becomes important. Can you show me, point out at least 5 points which you would have liked to put to the IO for clarification?
Your Honor, first point that from where their evidences were seized.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Your Honor, what exactly they did to the crime scene, because Your Honor, Spot Panchnama is not mentioning anything that what exactly the evidences they recovered from there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Your Honor, how the investigation team get the lead towards the accused which were arrested, because Your Honor, there is no evidence against them. Also, Your Honor, also that the other bullet which was fired by the guard, that crucial evidence was not seized by the investigating team. Your Honor, these are the some points which counsel wants to ask to the investigation officer.
Okay.
Your Honor, therefore, all these there is no evidence against my client in the charge. There are various lacunas in this case. Also,
Counsel,
there
tell
is
me one
doubts
thing.
in this whole case. Yes, Your Honor.
Will you give primacy to ocular evidence then to FSL report?
Pardon, Your Honor.
Will you give primacy to ocular report in comparison to FSL?
Your Honor, FSL indeed are crucial reports or important documents in this case.
I asked a legal question. Whom you'll give primacy? The ocular evidence or FSL report?
Your Honor, to FSL report.
No, counsel.
To apologize, Your Honor, counsel.
In law, remember, don't do guessworks. If you don't know, it's better to say no than to do guesswork, okay? But just for the purpose that these all reports, expert reports, are Section 45 Evidence Act report. They are only corroborative in nature.
Indeed, Your Honor.
Okay. Go ahead. What is the other point you would like to say, Nutal Sat?
Your Honor, I would like to conclude my all point
Yes, go ahead.
by stating that in the whole charge sheet, Your Honor, there is no evidence against against my clients. There are various lacunas in this case, and also there are various doubts in the whole investigation. Your Honor, the whole case is just planted against my clients to trap them in this case. Their Honor, the counsel seeks acquittal under Section 235 of CRPC.
Can you read Section 235 for me, counsel?
Indeed, Your Honor. Your Honor, after hearing arguments and the points of law, if any, the judge gave the judgment in clause 2, Your Honor. If the accused is convicted, the judge shall, unless he proceeds in accordance with the provision of Section 360, hear the accused on the question of sentence and then pass on him according to law.
Okay. So, how do you say you have argued only on one part of it, counsel? The FSL report and second part, IU non-examination. What do you have to say the ocular report, which is very consistent?
Your Honor, but no evidence against Sarthak Sinha and Shantanu. Apologize, Your Honor, Sarthak Sinha and Sufyan Feroz.
So you are representing only two or Nidhi also?
Your Honor, Nidhi also, because there is, in the whole charge sheet, there is no evidence against her also. It was at the stage of framing of charges, she was, the charges framed against her.
I have a question.
And the whole charge sheet is showing.
I have a counsel question here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you make an accused at the stage
Yes,
of
sir.
framing of charge? And if so, under what provision of law?
Your Honor, the accused can be charged at any stage. Maybe. Apologize, Your Honor. The stage of investigation, inquiry, or trial.
You're doing Google search or you're looking at CRPC, counsel?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. No way I'm looking at.
Sometimes read section 319 of the CRPC, you'll get an answer. So, counsel, I will take it from you that you have nothing to say with regard to the ocular evidence, which according to me seems quite consistent.
No, Your Honor. My points are regarding these only.
Okay. So you have to make any further submission, counsel?
No, Your Honor. That's all from defense counsel.
Okay. Satya, would you like to have a rebuttal?
Indeed, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, the learned counsel has pointed out that, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, the learned counsel has pointed out that no DNA was recovered from the watch. As she was saying, no DNA can be recovered from non-living thing, Your Lordship. But counsel would like to point out that they are usually hairs on the hand, dead skin cells, which can be recovered from the non-living thing, Your Lordship, and can be tested for DNA for the same. Moreover, Your Lordship, the prosecution witness 2, that is the ATM card, in the statement of 161, Your Lordship, not on the page number 42, Your Lordship. He has mentioned that he has fired aerial shot,
Correct.
air warning shot, Your Lordship, not pointing towards anyone. Moving to the FSL report, that the fingerprint was of Sufyan Firoz, Your Lordship. Council, like the gun was registered on the name of Sufyan Firoz, but was being used by his friend Sarthak Sinha. So the fingerprint of both can be acquired from the gun, Your Lordship. Moreover, there is no evidence of the age, as the learned counsel was pointing out that it should be of 18 age, Your Lordship, for the
What is the
acquiring
age
the.
given in the column 11 of the charge sheet?
One second, sir, let me.
You have gone further down. Come to the charge sheet. Final report.
It is mentioned 97, Your Lordship.
97. And this is incident of which date?
2019, Your Lordship.
2019. And this,
Moreover, Your Lordship, the learned counsel was pointing out that the FIR was lodged before the time, Your Lordship. Counsel would like to point out on the FIR, Your Lordship, on page number 7 of the LCR, that the time of offense is 6:45. Information received at police station is 6:51, and the FIR was lodged at 8:30, Your Lordship. Not that this is the time of incidents, not FIR being made 6:45 and 6:51. 6:51 is the time when the police officer at the police station received information from the PCR, Your Lordship. Moreover,
okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Speak.
Moreover, Your Lordship, the learned counsel has asked how the investigation led to the accused, Your Lordship. The driving license of the Sarthak Sinha was found at the crime scene, Your Lordship. Moreover, at the time of writing FIR, Shantanu Singh was being asked if he has any clue regarding the same. He must have told the police officer that the Sufyan Firoz and Sarthak Sinha are close friends. The car is of Sufyan Firoz. The car is leading to Sufyan Firoz. Moreover, the driving license is leading to Sarthak Sinha, Your Lordship.
Did any of the accused gave an explanation to these two facts regarding their gun and their car in their statement?
No, Your Lordship, they were not being examined.
No, not examined. I'm not talking about as a witness. They have a right to give some explanation at the stage of 313 when the question was put. What was their answer? Can you read it, counsel, from there?
It was not been asked as far as I know, Your Lordship.
Are you doing a guesswork, or you are certain that it was not asked?
I'm just, can you please give me 1 minute so I can be sure?
Counsel, the question was put. Question number 6. To Sufyan.
So can you
And
please tell
question
me the
number
page
5
number?
to Sarthak.
Okay. Let you the receiving from the RTO has proved that the car has been registered on the name of Sufyan Firoz, Your Lordship.
No, this goes totally in your favor, counsel, that you have put this question and he has not given any explanation.
Indeed, Your Lordship.
Okay, go ahead. What do you have to say further?
This is all, Your Lordship. The counsel is, I guess I have satisfied all the queries of the learned counsel, Your Lordship.
So you don't have to make any argument on the primacy of law on ocular and the
FSL, Your Lordship.
expert reports?
Indeed, Your Lordship. The ocular evidence are being considered as the primary evidence, Your Lordship. They must be given weightage over the other.
What is the judgment? Is there any judgment you can cite, counsel?
Counsel at the moment is not aware, Your Lordship.
Are you repeating my words? Because I told your defense counsel that there is a primacy
Indeed not, Your
of...
Lordship. I had known it from a while because what is the difference between primary and secondary evidence, Your Lordship?
Okay. So you have concluded, counsel, correct?
Indeed, Your Lordship.
Since I have given you a chance of rebuttal, I have to ask Nutan if she would like to have 3 minutes to rebut. Like to have...
Indeed, Your Honor.
Yes, go ahead.
Your Honor, the counsel would like to make certain points. Your Honor, the statement given to the court of Vinay, who is guard of ATM, at page number 72, prosecution witness 2. Your Honor, the both witnesses who saw the car, there is a contradiction between the number they gave to the police. Apologize, Your Honor, to the court. Your Honor, if you may refer to the statement of Vinay, he told that the car number is 2421.
Correct.
Whereas, Your Honor, if you may refer to page number 77, in which the guard please scroll it down. Apologize, Your Honor, to the page number 80,
No,
which
this
is
witness does
our
not talk about
prosecution
the car
witness.
at all. That's why I was looking at why you are citing this witness. This witness is Ajay, is from the college.
Your Honor, apologize, Your Honor, for that. But the Vineet prosecution witness 4, who is tea seller.
Tea stall owner, yes, that may be relevant.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, please scroll it down.
So I can
Your Honor, the first question, on this page, he clearly stated that the car number is 2431.
Counsel, did you confront him with his 161 statement? What is the number he has given in 161? Have you seen that?
Your Honor, the number is 2421 only, and at 6 in work.
I asked a question that what is his statement under section 161? Has he given the card number or not?
Indeed, Your Honor, he gave.
Show me the 161 statement of this witness P44.
In number 46.
Your Honor, here also the witness mentioning that 231 is the car number, and both the witnesses who saw the car are contradicting in that. Also, Your Honor, in the statement of Vineet, prosecution witness 4, he clearly stated in his statement that he saw only one person in the car, which is...
Can you point that out?
Indeed, Your Honor, on page number 80.
Correct. Go to page number 80.
Your Honor, on page number 80, question number 2, apologize, Your Honor, to question number, he clearly mentioned that वो कार में अकेला था. And Your Honor, these contradiction of eyewitnesses is clearly clearly mentioned, clearly stating that this whole case is planted against the accused, as there is no corroboration in the statements of the witnesses.
If I
And
may,
also,
Yes, let her complete. Don't interject in between, counsel.
Your Honor, that's my point to make towards
No, you made a valid point,
towards the court.
and I've taken note of that.
Yeah, indeed, Your Honor. Your Honor, these contradictions in the statements of the witnesses who are also eyewitnesses are crucial for the case, and all the witnesses are contradicting itself. And also, Your Honor, the evidences, the documentary evidences are also contradicting in each other, and showing various lacunas and loopholes.
But counsel, I'll just put one question to you. You are
Yes,
reading
Your
the same
Honor.
page, and on this screen only, what I was seeing one line. वो डायरेक्शन से कार आती है और वो भी इतनी तेज से आ रही है, and I'll pause here, counsel. I have a query for you. Car is driving
Yes, Your Honor.
at a very high speed. Car is on a bumpy road. Car is driving in the evening time. Which month of the year is this incident, counsel?
Your Honor, September.
September. So it's a reasonably dark time. We have, these days are shorter, daylights are shorter. So maybe he missed it. Maybe the other accused ducked himself in the seat so that no one can see him.
Your Honor, there
Because
can be chances.
Counsel, remember, this witness does not say in his statement that how many people were sitting in the car. Mark it here.
Indeed,
This
Your
is
Honor.
your question which is asking, which is answering.
Indeed, Your Honor.
This is not his statement.
But
How do you just correlate?
Yeah.
You have a valid point that he is saying only one, but then you'll have to correlate this jigsaw puzzle to make it in sequence.
Indeed, Your Honor. But Your Honor, my point is that the corroboration of the eyewitness is crucial in case, and also, Your Honor, there might be chances that he wasn't able to see. But Your Honor, the car number which is stating by both the accused, apologize, Your Honor, both the witnesses is itself contradicting. And if they were able to see the whole number, then they are mentioning the whole car number, and then also they are corroborating. That means that they saw the number, but Your Honor, they both are contradictory. They are contradictory in nature.
Correct. But what I see, one fallacy there, counsel, that you don't confront the witness that look, the car number is actually this and not this. Correct?
Indeed, Your Honor.
Okay. What further, counsel? So you have raised a very valid point, and I've taken note of it. But what else you have to say, counsel?
That's all, Your Honor. The counsel would take the concern of the court for these contradictory statements which were given by the witnesses.
Okay. So you rest your case here, correct?
Indeed, Your Honor.
Yes. Satyam, you wanted something?
I just wanted to
It will not give you more
point
than
out
1
the-
minute, Satyam. Remember,
Indeed,
you are
Dr.
a joiner. It has to be very specific and to the facts. Okay.
Sir, you have pointed out the same which I was asking, that that the car speed was fast. He might be not able to see in the dark. I was pointing the same, Your Lordship. Moreover, no evidence of from the defense side has been produced in the case, Your Lordship. That's all.
So,
There-
is it mandatory for a accused to lead evidence?
Pardon, Your Lordship?
Is it mandatory for the accused to lead evidence? Counsel.
Indeed not, Your Lordship. But there in the CRPC it is mentioned that the defense may be given chance to provide the evidence, Your Lordship.
what is the law? How do you say this is the role? What is the role of the prosecution? Does the role of the prosecution is preponderance of probabilities, or proving the case beyond reasonable doubt? What is the case? Onus rested on the prosecution.
Prove the case beyond any reasonable doubt.
Correct. Do you think the prosecution has done that?
Indeed, Your Lordship, apart from the link between Sarthak Sena and Nidhi Raj, all the evidence and the crime has been proved, Your Lordship.
So do you as a prosecution, PP, public prosecutor, do you think that Nidhi should be acquitted?
Indeed not, Your Lordship.
Because you are saying there is no crucial link.
Indeed, Your Lordship, but the accused, the one because of whom this brutal murder was being made, cannot be let go, Your Lordship.
Okay. Yes, understood. Understood, Satyam. You have taken your points very clearly. So we go back now. So where is the court master?
Hello.
Registry, I think round is over.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Sir, just please give some feedback. Please give some opinion on the performance of the participants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, first I like to actually congratulate both of them. They have worked very, very hard, and it was reflecting in their advocacy. Secondly, they were very persuasive because, I was being difficult today for a change, which I'm normally not, but I was putting a lot of questions and they were very persuasive. So a lot of credit to them. The advice today in criminal law, remember, two things are very important. A, mastery over your facts. You should have all the facts on your tips. Like when I was putting questions to you, because I had read the file. Fortunately, because of COVID time, we have a lot of free time. So I had managed to go through the file once. You should know your facts like back of your hand. That's first job of a criminal lawyer. And read the facts 5 times, if not 6 times. It always gives you an idea. Because remember, one reading only gives you a picture of it. Second reading, you start connecting the dots. By third reading, you start analyzing it. So that's where you will come to that. That's first part. Once you have established yourself on facts, then come to the law. Because remember, in criminal law, unlike civil law, the law is very limited. And law are very general in nature. Like we say, okay, fine, primacy will be on the ocular evidence. And expert evidence is only corroborative in nature. But it's not the standard law. Like I remember a case where the victim said that the deceased was stabbed 5 times. But postmortem reports said only 1 stab injury, but fatal. So postmortem was believed. So remember, the law is not straitjacket. So you have to connect with them. That how? So that is the second part of a criminal trial. And definitely I believe that, any lawyer who passes out from the school should do one criminal trial in his life or her life, because that opens your horizon a lot. Because remember, the difference between criminal and civil is very vital. In civil, you have your defense written in paper. A says there's a contract, B says there's no contract, and you are fighting. In criminal, the paper is totally against you, the charge sheet. As a defense counsel, you have to dug in to find what is in your favor. So that one should be. One more aspect which is coming to my mind is that when you have this facts and law in position, then the idea should not be that I have got 1 hour, so I have to argue 1 hour. That's not the idea. The idea should be to be precise, save the court time, and move ahead. It's not that the food is on the platter, I have to eat all. Okay? So that's the bit of advice which I like to give you people as a student. And definitely you people will mature up to a brilliant counsel, I'm sure. You people all have the sparks there. Okay, Professor. So in the COVID time, I will say that, in this COVID time, one thing is certain that, we have seen very tough times like this time. And being a counsel, who were like, for me, I was working from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night was the normal routine. It can be 12 o'clock. But this COVID time has given us a time of reflection. And that reflection time is that there is something more than work, which is the human side. And as a counsel, this is what I'm realizing now. And this is, I want to give you a piece of advice on that. That look, you people are coming to the field. Remember that human side should always remain. You should always have some time for yourself, for your family, and for people who need. And that's third category is very important, the people who need. Like in this time of lockdown, I know so many lawyers stood up for the people who need. We didn't know there were migrant workers, laborers walking on street, slum dwellers. So, that human aspect should always now be there as a lawyer. It should be a part of our existence. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of LTAC and Lloyd Law College, I would like to extend my gratitude, and I would like to thank you, sir, because you are always there for us. And as I can remember that you judged the final round last year also, though this time you had to judge on virtual platform, and you are the only judge who has judged them in moot court room and now on virtual platform.
Okay, I carry it.
So thank you so much, sir,
Thank
for
you, sir.
always being there and always to extend your support to us. And again, I would like to thank you, and thank you so much for giving your opinion, for giving your valuable suggestions to us and to the participants. Thank you so much, sir.
So now I
Thank you
have
so much. Thank you.
the marking. So I'll just
Yes,
need
sir.
3-4 minutes because I have to analyze. Okay.
Sure, sir. No issues.
All right.
You will mark
All
it.
right.
Online, that's not a problem, or how you want to do it?
Register.
So you can mark it and you can mail it to us back.
Oh, that's perfect. But I will take only 3 minutes to 4 minutes because I have to analyze both of them.
Sure, sir.
Say, look, I'll give them an honest suggestion that both of them in rebuttal were very strong. Okay.
That's nice.
So I
Thank you,
have
sir.
to analyze everything. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
With your permission, can we end the session, sir?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.